Hi everyone, Ryan Ratliff here, Guide and Fly Tying Manager at Mad River Outfitters. Thanks for joining us today. We're going to talk about some of the accessories and the added things you can add to your Regal setup. So we got our traditional bronze base here that we use in our classes. Here is the Pedestal Stem. I'm going to talk about this little piece on the end of the stem. This is the swivel. This is what it looks like separate. You can get this swivel by itself. If you would happen to have multiple stem links, say you have a C-clamp or you have a travel base, you want to keep that swivel on there so you don't have to pull out the Allen wrench and switch it off and on each time. We have those options available online, or you can stop in the shop and get those. What that does, this swivel piece here, it actually does what its name is. It allows the head of the Regal vise to actually swivel or rotate on there. It doesn't make it a rotary vise, but it allows it to rotate. If you would happen to have the Inex vise, that does not have a removable swivel. It's built into this stem. So just a side note there. The next thing that we'd like to talk about are the different types of bobbin holders or bobbin cradles, depends on what you want to call them. This is a simple one, just bent wire, has a little spring tightener on there. This is very simple. It doesn't adjust, it just adjusts up and down. It doesn't adjust length though, but very simple. Basically what you would do is you're just going to squeeze this, that opens up the spring, and slide your stem in. Then when you let go, it holds it right there. So I'd have this set in here. If I wanted to adjust it up or down, I would have to squeeze the lever, adjust it up, adjust it down. It can move away from me, do whatever I need to. It just does not adjust the length here. So a bobbin cradle would be used. I'll put the jaw in so it makes a little bit more sense. A bobbin cradle would be used if I was going to wrap materials around it and I wanted to have the bobbin hanging over the edge or materials hanging out away from it so I can work on the fly shank. I have the shank free. So that's one of the options there. There's another bobbin cradle. This one is the fancy bobbin cradle, pretty simple name, but you'll see why here in a second. Has a couple of adjustments. Just loosen that up, slide that onto your stem of your vise, then drop your stem back in your pedestal. Now this one has lots of different adjustments. So if I was up at this angle, wanted to put the bobbin over this side, it also has two different holders there, so I can wrap maybe a wire around that, or I can put my bobbin off to the side. What this does is I can cinch it down tight if I wanted to. It's not going to move anywhere. Or I can loosen it up and so it just can freely swing. This little piece here is going to actually hold it there, so that's what it's going to swivel around on. You can also loosen this up, tilt that down if it's in the way. Lots of different things. I can also make it shorter if I wanted to by loosening that up, and you just kind of work this in, make it shorter, make it longer, do whatever I need to, get different angles, lots of different things. So this one is the most versatile. It is a little bit more, but it gives you lots of different adjustments as you need to. So if you are going to get the Revolution vise, then the Revolution vise does not come with a bobbin cradle. So you're going to need to pick one of these different bobbin cradles or bobbin holders, whatever you want to call it, to go with the Revolution vise. All right, one of the other things, let me pull this off of here, that is very popular and we really like it, is one of the tool holders. So this is the tool holder here. See the different holes that are in there, all kinds of different things. Very, very useful tool. This fits on your stem. I can cinch that down, I can keep it there, I can move it away from me, I can put it over here. That's kind of one of the ways that I like it, so it's not crowding up in this area here. What this does, this allows you to put different size tools in there. I can put scissors, bodkins, bobbins, all my tools. They're at different angles too. The holes are at different angles, so it allows you to put quite a bit in here. If you didn't want to have that tool caddy with your stuff, you can just have it right here. This is useful on other vices too, as long as it fits that hole. It has the same size hole. The toolbar also comes in different colors. Now you would have to select the custom colors option on our website, but we can get this toolbar in many different colors, and it's a nice accent to your vise. Maybe you want to match the heads up. really nice. So this is the stock black that we carry in the shop, but you can get online and see the different color options that you have. So Regal toolbar, very handy. Even if you don't own a Regal Vise, still a very handy tool. The last thing that I want to talk about are some material clips. So your traditional medallion comes with this little material clip on top. You kind of pull it off of here. There's this little piece here. It's like a little nipple to put this little coil on, a little spring coil. If you would happen to, maybe you dropped your vise, maybe you got it stuck on something and this got bent, simple, just pull it off, replace it, and purchase another little spring coil. It goes right on top of there. Not all the vises have that little place on top of there. But so if you had maybe a big game jaw in it, for instance, let me grab a big game jaw here. Here's a big game jaw. So if you had a big game jaw, there's no little piece on top for this to fit down on top. So there's another type of material clip that you would need. So let me pull this out. There is the Infinity material clip. Basically is a spring and an O-ring. They come separate. You just hook them together. There's little hooks on the end of the spring. I think you can figure out how to do that. And what this does is this allows you to be able to put it on and take it off. Sometimes it's in the way, but you can see how the neck is elongated. If I flip this over, see how the lever arm is kind of bent right there. I'm going to take the O-ring part and put it underneath the head and drop it right into that little bent piece there. So then that spring stretches over top of the jaw. The O-ring is underneath on the lever arm, and that is how you use the Infinity clip. That also works on the Revolution head. You'll need to use the Infinity clip also. All right, so thanks for joining us today, looking at the different types of accessories that we have for the Regal Vises. Make sure that you like these videos and that you leave a comment. We'd love to hear from you, and make sure definitely to subscribe. Thanks for joining us.